Picture a highway at dawn. Neon from a motel sign still blinking, windshield mist, and a styrofoam cup of lukewarm coffee rolling in the seat because you forgot it when you hit the road. That scene is the song's heartbeat. Listen. Amarillo by morning, up from San Antone. One simple road line, and suddenly you're in someone's shoes for the next 36 hours.
Right away it feels lived in, not theatrical. Most folks don't know this part. The writers, Terry Stafford and Paul Frazier, put those lines together in the mid-'70s, and Stafford recorded it in 1973. It drifted through Texas dance halls and rodeo bunkhouses long before it showed up on a George Strait record.
Welcome back to Ranch Beat. Every country song has a story, and we tell it. I'm James. Today, we're following that road from motel neon to arena lights and asking why this modest rodeo tune turned into a quiet anthem. Sam, give us the skinny in one line. What's the song's vibe?
Tired but steady, heartbreak and grit packed into a chorus you can hum 3 times and sing the rest of your life. Strait recorded his version in 1982 for the album Straight from the Heart, and that recording quietly made the song a staple. It's small in production and enormous in feeling.
That small but enormous thing. I love that. Before this was a known song, it was an idea scribbled between runs. Imagine a writer swapping lines at the bunkhouse, a cassette handed to a DJ in Amarillo, and the song spreading by word of mouth.
And that's the real transmission line for a lot of country back then. Not instant radio pushes, but people singing it where the work happened. Writers, truckers, and small-town DJs made the song stick before the industry did.
Let's dig into the lyrics for a minute. Amarillo by morning, up from San Antone. That's geography as character. Then, I ain't looking for nothin' in a feather bed. Plain words that reveal a whole life choice. Comfort's not the point. Endurance is. This isn't just clever writing. It's personal and unshowy.
Totally. And Paul Frazier reportedly leaned on real rodeo phrasing. He and Stafford pulled from lines you'd actually hear in the arena. That makes a line feel effortless on record, because it used to be ordinary talk around a campfire.
That ordinary talk becomes poetic when Strait sings it. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Strait didn't blow it up with reverb and a stadium vocal. He kept it quiet. Single-note steel slides, a steady acoustic pulse, a vocal so measured you feel like he's leaning in to tell you something private. Next time you listen, hear the pauses as part of the line.
Right, and those single-note steel slides are important. Not big honky tonk trills, but economical slides that paint the horizon. The session musicians, even when names go uncredited in some reports, made the song feel like a road itself. A low, steady rhythm and tasteful fills. You hear the highway in the spacing.
There's a production story people like to tell. Some suits at the label were skeptical at first. Not that they hated it outright, but they weren't sure how a song this spare would play to radio. That tension between commercial instincts and keeping the song honest matters.
Wait, back up. Labels being cautious is different from them hating it. What happened was simpler. Regional traction convinced decision-makers there was an audience. So the song's grassroots momentum, bunkhouses, rodeos, and regional radio, pushed it into the mainstream, not a sudden industry epiphany.
Fair. I leaned into the drama for the hook. But that push and pull mattered. Artists and producers chose restraint over spectacle, and that choice made the song breathe.
One tiny studio detail that's often told, and usually as reported, is that Strait favored quieter takes. He'd ask musicians to pull back, to play as if they were in a small room, not an arena. That decision puts the listener closer and keeps the lyric front and center.
I love the image of that. A band playing like they're in a living room, while a listener in a truck hears it on a cassette. There's a human scale to it. And the song's bridge, when the tempo breathes and the steel floats above the rhythm, is where the weariness shows up musically. That little pause feels like someone taking stock before the final verse.
Exactly. And that's why covers vary. Take it too big and you lose the honesty. Slow it too much and you turn it into a dirge. The smartest versions keep the balance. Simple arrangement, room for the listener's memory to come in. Fans, by the way, have made this a life song. People tell stories of hearing it before a move, at a wake, or before a final ride. It becomes a marker for transitions.
And there's the universality. Whether you're a writer, a trucker, or someone driving through a long night to start over, the song hands you dignity for showing up. I ain't looking for nothing in a feather bed. That line gives permission to be weathered and proud of it. That's country storytelling at its clearest.
For players and songwriters, study the restraint. One well-placed steel lick, a tight rhythmic feel, and a vocal that phrases like a conversation. Those are the tools. It's an economy of means that invites listeners to bring their own story.
Before we close, one studio yarn. Folks say Strait would pick the take where the band sounded like a group of friends sitting in a kitchen, rather than a polished session. Report it or not, it captures the point. Intimacy sold the song. So the next time you hear it, listen for the tiny choices. The breath, the slide, the quiet guitar under the vocal.
Okay, James, give listeners that final image to take home.
Picture the same highway again, only now you know the hands that sang it in bunkhouses, the DJ who spun a cassette, and the band that chose quiet over flash. Whether you've ever touched a saddle or just know what it means to get up and go, this song grants a small kind of grace for showing up. Next time it comes on, listen to the spaces in the steel. You'll hear the road breathing. That's why Amarillo by Morning stuck around.
If you picked up something new today, hit subscribe and drop your favorite line from the song in the comments. Suggest the next country track you want us to unpack. Any country except Thailand, and we'll take it apart for you. This is pure storytelling right here.
This is Ranch Beat, where every country song has a story, and we tell it. I'm James.
And I'm Sam. See you in the next one.